So what's up guys, it's your girl Miss Ubiesa again with another new video this week. First, I want to say my apologies for posting videos late. I know some of you have been texting me asking me why are videos not coming out on time like before. I've been busy with work and stuff. I don't know, don't even ask me what I've been doing because I've been away from work for a few days, but I've just been up and down doing something. But I promise I'm going back to my usual. My apologies. So as you have seen in the title, today we are going to be sharing 10 things that I wish I knew. Yeah, you know, it's been a journey of life. We keep on learning. Each day is a new learning day, so we never stop learning, you know. So I just thought, why not just scribble down some of the points and share with you, my viewers, the things I wish I knew. So probably someone younger than me or someone in my position would learn something or pick a point or two. So without any much further ado, let's go straight into the video. Let's start with the first point. I'm going to be looking down because I have my notes written down over here, and then I'm also chilling here with my cup of porridge. Yeah, so yes, the first thing I think should be I think at some point I let my personality take control of me. Yeah, because there's a video I did before about getting to know me, and I said that I'm an introvert. And being an introvert, I think I use it as an excuse for so many things in my life. Yeah, there are places, you know, like how you get invitations, like let's go to this and this place, this stuff is happening. These are places that probably would benefit you because you're going to make, you know, when you go to these events or these places, you just don't go for fun. Yeah, there are places that you go, you make, you meet new people. It could give you a different exposure. It's something to grow you. But because of my personality, I used to use it as an excuse. Like every time I'm like, no, me, I'm an introvert. You know, you get, it actually gets you to a comfort zone where things just pass you. And then later on, probably you sit down and think, oh my gosh, I should have gone for that thing. You know, I should have taken the opportunity to go because probably I would have met someone, whoever, you know, in terms of maybe your career growth, you would want to meet certain people or because of just contact, you know. So I think I took, that one is, it's a low. I took an L for that because, I mean, I let my personality take a toll on me, yeah. So if you're in that position, just step out of your comfort zone. That is what I would say. Step out of your comfort zone. Seriously. Like, and the worst thing is when you look back and you start regretting about it. There's nothing fun, there's nothing good about it. It's wrong. I don't know how much I can emphasize on that one. So on my second point would be setting boundaries. Setting boundaries would mean like don't over familiarize and don't go overboard. There are certain times that maybe you're like, how am I gonna put it? Don't over familiarize, just get to know what you need to know. Let's say like if you meet someone for the first time and you like the vibe, you like them, don't let it go out of the, like, don't let it exceed where it should not exceed, you know. You should let yourself know exactly what you should know about them. Don't go overboard to know what they do after that, because it actually creates a different picture about them. You're never gonna look at them straight in the eye the same way you looked at them the first time, you know, because I think you over familiarize. For me, I want to look at you, and let's say if it's in a work setup, I want to respect you. I don't want to know anything out of that. I just want to deal with you like knowing you as that person that you are. You know, if it's in business, I don't want to know after our business meeting, after our business meetup, what you do after that. Because actually it makes you form an opinion about them. And then probably even if there are certain things you're supposed to, yes, it's good. Like, it's good because let's say like if it's a business setup kind of a thing, you're gonna know like this is the type of personality that this person has, you know. But when it comes to probably being professional, let it stick to professionalism and don't go out of that. So kinda looks like yeah, basically I would say yes, that. So the other thing would be forgiveness. I used to have chronic grudges, you know, like for long. I know, oh my god, that story for another day. You guys, there's a girl we were, oh my god, my mom is gonna kill me. Okay, anyway, let me tell you guys. There's this girl, we were in the same college. I think we were in the same college for 2 years, in the same classroom. We did the same course, okay? So I would actually meet her every day, every day, every day, every day. And do you know, because I was told something she said, you know, those petty, stupid grudges you have over people for nothing. You know, she said this, oh, she came, she said, you, I don't know. Actually, for me, it was like she said that I looked at her badly. I can never even remember looking at her. The first time I was even asking people, like, who, which one are you talking about? You know, you don't even know. But because she said that, I don't know, I just got offended. For what? Okay, most of the times I get judged because of my eyes. My eyes, I don't know. I came to a self-realization that I cannot change my eyes. Sometimes I would look at someone and they pass judgment that maybe you're sizing them up or something. All that. So I'm trying to say about forgiveness, yeah. So this girl, do you know, because she said that for the 2 years we were in the same classroom every day. Imagine 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, we were in the same, we are spending like almost 8 or 9 hours together. I never spoke to this girl. I never spoke to her. So when I look back is when I'm like, I think it's a disease. When you let these stupid grudges come over you, you also miss out a lot on a lot of things, and also it tells a lot about your personality. So I'm now, at least now I can talk and say that I'm grateful I overcame that. I used to be petty for nothing. I was sharing with someone and I say that there's a point that I would even have grudge with someone, like let's say we have an issue and then we don't see each other for a very long period of time. Then the next time I see you, I will not talk to you because I know we were having a grudge. We were having a grudge, yes, but it's like I cannot remember the reason, you know. I cannot remember the reason why I have a grudge with you, but I have a grudge with you, so I will not talk to you. So if you're in that position, it's better you just decide, like, there are things that really don't matter. They don't matter. Move on. Like, okay, fine, you did me wrong, fine. It doesn't cost you anything to be the first to ask apology, to be the first one to even talk to them after they wronged you. You're actually the stronger person, you know. So some of these things probably we don't know, but being petty for nothing, my god, that was a disease that I suffered for the longest time ever. So guys, on to our next point number 4, healthy eating and exercising, fitness. That is very important. I don't know if it's because I'm growing because I actually think it's like I'm growing, yeah. I think I've reached a point in my life I have literally lost taste over most junk stuff. I have actually. Yes, I will eat once in a while, but it's not like before. You know, before you're just eating everything. You just want the fried, the whatever, you know. So now I've come to a point that you actually realize that your health matters. There are certain things, you're looking at your body in a totally different way, yeah. So I think it's better if you can start it before. There's actually nothing you miss out. There's nothing you also gain by eating all these unhealthy foods, you know, by you going to every fast food and ordering every single day. I mean, and then when you put your if you're eating healthy, it means you put your body under control. You're the one who's controlling your body. Your body no longer has to be the one to control you. You know, like you'd feel hungry and you immediately run to eat something. That is not what happens to me. I eat at certain times, specific times. If dinner is supposed to be eaten before 7 p.m. or 6 p.m., that's exactly what I'm going to do. So actually it makes you also feel disciplined, because it's like you align your body, you make your body you're in charge of your body. Actually, that's the right word. You're actually in charge of your body, and it gives you fulfillment. You're just happy. It's just happy. And then when you're in control of your body, it also respects whatever new system you've put into it. But I kid you not, for the longest time I was just like, what, how will I put it, like a slave to myself. My body would say, I feel chips today, I run chips. My body says, today I feel fried chicken, running to KFC. My body was just in control over everything. But now I'm the one who tells my body what I want. You want what? It even reaches a point like you stop eating this, because you're totally in control. The body respects that and it aligns itself. It even the next time the body feels like I want to eat this chicken, they know they won't get it. So it actually makes you feel happy. Fitness makes you feel happy, especially when you start working out and you see the results, when you get that flat tummy, when the right places start having curves and you can clearly see yourself. It's so happy, like you feel happy. Then also when you're going to work, when you're fit, you feel happy about yourself. So guys, on our 5th point is about finding a mentor. Mentor is someone who mentors you to what you want to be in the future. Like, let's say it's someone you see yourself in them. Maybe it's career wise, maybe it's business wise, maybe it's relation, maybe it's in marriage setup, someone who has been married for a long time. You want your marriage to work, you talk to them, you ask them like, what are the things you did, like how did you do it, how did you go about this, they like walk with you through the journey. And it's quite easy. It actually makes your walk into that whatever that you're doing much easier, because it's like they're giving you a Mwakenya. I don't know how to call Mwakenya. Mwakenya is like, how will I put it, Mwakenya is like, they give you like a clue of what it's like a shortcut, they give you like a shortcut of what they did, so finding a mentor is very important. I wish I did this long time ago. Oh my gosh, because these mentors, they work with you, they nurture you to be the type of a person you want to be, and you stay grounded, because they'll always be checking up on you, like, have you done this, you should have done this way, or this that way. They actually mentor you throughout the journey. So on our 6th point is about savings, financial matters. Financial matters is important. First, if you start saving, I'm not talking about the amount you're saving. I'm not talking about save a lot of money. Even if it's that 50, even if it's that 20, even if it's that 10, it's all about financial discipline. You put yourself under discipline. I remember we used to have this box, metallic box that used to have like a hole over there. So it's like anytime you have money, you just dip it in. But the funniest part, it's like every time you go to open, sometimes you got really broke, especially when you're in college, you'd get really broke, and then you go, the tip is like this, but after you open up, it's like this, because you've been trying to put everything to remove the money that you put inside, But it's good actually when the intention is there, it's right, rather than someone who even saving doesn't come across their mind. The other way, it's like maybe you come up with friends and then you have this what is it called, like the merry-go-round, like you all collect the same amount, and then one person is given, the next month someone else is given. It's a good way of saving as well. So find whatever ways that are good for your saving, and then it's good. Actually, it helps. You will never go wrong with saving. In the future, you thank yourself, because when you're young, this is the only opportunity you have to utilize that time, because that's when you have the time and the energy to grow yourself, So putting yourself into financial discipline, you're gonna thank yourself later. So the other thing is number 7, relationships in the sense that your relations, it could be your blood relations, it could be church, work. The point here is choose your friends carefully. You are the type of friends you keep around. Probably your blood relations, you cannot change that. That is just biological, and maybe God ordained that it was meant to be that way. You cannot change that. They are your siblings. But when it comes to friendships, always check what type of friendships are these. Are they growing you? Are they making you a better person? Is it something that you like? There are some narcissistic type of friends you have. They're just pulling you down. It's all about party this new point, this new joint was opened, I don't know, we go check out this one, we go shopping, and then there's no way. It's always about money going out. There's nothing about money coming in, you know. So you need to evaluate. Always do an evaluation after some point, and you're like, you know, does this friendship grow me, make me a better person, or I'm deteriorating as a person? So if it doesn't make you grow, I mean, babe, move on. Yeah. So point number 8. Yeah, point number 8 is going to be about like time. I don't know how to put it, time or loss. Yeah, sometimes, you know, like right now we are alive, we don't know about tomorrow. Nobody knows about tomorrow. So appreciate the people you have in your life right now. If it's your parents, give them the best, treat them the best way, treasure the moments you have with them. Friends you have, treasure. There are people who we've lost in our lives, friends, relatives. We look back and we wish, you know, I wish I did this and this and this. It's not like even a lot of stuff or a bigger way that you would have done it. But then the thing is, maybe you just didn't utilize the, you know, the time you had with them. So always appreciate the people you love. Appreciate them. Let them know you love them. Let them know you appreciate them, and you're happy to have them in their lives. You're happy to have them in your life. Yeah. So the other number 9 point would be try and learn a new art. I know I went out of my way. I got a piano for myself. I was supposed to do the classes. The piano is still sleeping somewhere in my mom's house because that's where I dumped it. So yeah, I'm guilty. Yeah. But I'm now into a new course. I want to learn something new. I'm learning a new art. It's good because it you feel better about yourself. It's like you grow, you know. It's good. Always learn something new. Always learn something new. So my last point, number 10, is going to be put God first. That is very important. Put God first. It's my last point, but it should be your first point in your life. Yeah. If you're a religious person, if you believe in God, please always put God first. He's everything. Yeah. So I hope you have learned something from my list of 10 points of things I wish I knew. I mean, always carry out an evaluation of yourself, where you want to see yourself, how better you are. Sometimes we get too occupied, we forget some things. I mean, yes. So thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I appreciate. So what I actually figured out is I need to come up with a certain date, like not a date. I need to come up with a certain day of the week that I'm going to be posting, so that you guys know, like on Mondays there'll be always a new video. I've not yet settled to the day, but I think that's one thing I'm going to be doing. And then the other thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing most outdoor, and this, like I'll be just chilling and doing like a vlog like this, and then the rest would be outside. So I'm planning to do like in intervals. Like if I am out, the next time I'm going to be talking. If I'm out, I talk out and talk. So yeah, that's the plan I have so far. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, kindly please subscribe. Just press that red button down below. Let's interact and talk and grow and get to know each other. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Until next week, bye bye.